Welcome to It's a Monday Thing, where Rachel talks all about mindset and business strategies to help you be the success you are meant to be, whether it's in your personal or professional life. Discover your personal power with your host, Rachel Withers.
Hi there, and welcome to my weekly live stream, It's a Monday Thing, where every Monday at 8 p.m. I'll be talking about mindset and business strategies to help you be the success you are meant to be, whether that's in your personal or your professional life. I'm not going to keep you too long on these weekly live streams because I really appreciate how busy we all are. But what I can promise for you is that these live streams are going to be jam-packed with tips and strategies and techniques to really help you develop your mindset so that you can be the success that you are meant to be. So it'd be really good. Say hello. Tell me why you're joining this stream tonight. Tell me what you want to talk about. And throughout these live streams, then moving forward, I'll touch on those topics. So say hello. It would be absolutely lovely to hear from you. What I want to talk to you about today is about self-care and well-being, because right now, we're all having to work remotely, and I think it's really important that we actually think about our health and self-care. So we're going to talk about that tonight because right now this is something that we all are having to deal with. And as we know, yes, there are some perks to working from home, such as no commuting, but we are experiencing, I think, feelings of stress, of boredom, of anxiety and uncertainty. These are all completely normal feelings. And alongside this, we're also having to deal with juggling family life as well, looking after the children at home whilst we're working. COVID-19 has really struck very hard and very fast. And most of us have had to hit the ground running when it comes to working from home. And as industry is forced us to make, is forced rather to make investments in home working, and more of us are having to learn how to use technology. As a result, I really think that we're more than likely to see a permanent shift towards remote working. So, as I said, yes, there are pros and there are cons to remote working, but on the plus side, I do think that we tend to prefer working from home. As I've said, there's no more commuting, and which is great, a reduction in emissions and office costs, and it helps us, especially as women, to really have a bit more. We can try to balance that work and our family roles at the same time, and I think it can actually make us even more productive. But the downsides are that it can lead towards I think professional isolation, and it can have negative effects, as I've said, on our well-being, and we can experience feelings of, as I've said, stress and boredom, uncertainty and anxiety. And it is my belief, it really is my belief that COVID-19 will permanently change the way many of us work. And at present, we are really, shifting towards this, home-based work, and we've made, a real necessary response to this terrible crisis. But in the post-pandemic world, as I've said, I really do think that home working is here to stay, and it will actually become quite a popular practice. And it is right now to find that balance between personal and your professional life. And even more so when the children are at home. And I think it can be quite difficult to acknowledge and respect the distinction between our work and our professional life, especially when, quite simply, most of us only have to walk across the hall to be at our desks. And I think in order to have a fulfilling and professional personal life, I actually think the key is to make a distinction between your life at work and your life at home. And I do think we need to practice really healthy self-care habits to avoid slipping into bad habits. So what I want to talk to you about today and share with you is some self-care tips really for home working. And one of the first things I think to do, and I think is really important, is to think about and make a routine and follow a routine each morning. And I just think that this is, can be really, really helpful to create a healthy routine to begin each day. For example, if you're someone who is used to their daily commute, perhaps you could think about doing really heading out for a morning walk in the fresh air, and just use a walk and replace what you used to do as a commute. Replace that with a really good, nice walk in the fresh air. It can be quite tempting just to think, I'm going to simply roll over in bed and I'm just going to open my laptop. But you need to make sure that you're actually waking up before you begin work. And doing so will allow you to take time and allow you the time to do things such as around the house, such as letting the dogs out and making yourself breakfast, and actually getting into the right frame of mind for work. And you could even do a really good workout beforehand. So I know it can be really tempting to just think, I can just reach for my laptop, I can just answer this, and I can just get on with it, just quickly wake up. But I do think it's really important to spend some time beforehand getting some of the things that you need to do out of the way before you start work. And as I say, go out for a walk, make sure the dogs are out, whatever it is, make your breakfast or do a really good workout. You really do need to create a routine. It could be, is it making that cup of coffee and just taking the time to savor it before you start? Or is it actually doing your hair and your makeup and actually getting dressed in your work clothes? Wearing comfortable clothes might not and doesn't actually work for everyone. And having a routine is far more powerful than a clock. And I know everyone is different, and you really need to try different things until you find what works best for you. Using your time before work wisely in a way that really benefits you, so that you can be as productive as possible throughout your day. And I know I'm saying morning here, and I know I'm really talking about a morning routine, but I do appreciate and I do know that not everyone that works from home is following a 9-to-5 schedule. So yours might be a routine to getting started, a getting started routine at another time of day. But you really do need a routine before you start work. And what I'd also like you to do is think about maintaining regular hours. Set a schedule and stick to it. Well, most of the time, you need to have clear guidelines for when to work and when to call it a day. And this really does help you to maintain that work-life balance. And I know, that being said, one of the benefits to work, remote working, is flexibility. And sometimes you might need to extend your day, or you might need to start early to accommodate someone else's time zone. But when you do, be sure to wrap up earlier than usual or sleep in a bit in the next morning. Do make up for it. Because when you're working from home, it can be very easy to forget your well-deserved breaks, and you do also need to remember to walk away from your desk and move around a bit. After you eat lunch, why not head outside, even if it's only for 10 minutes? But by getting a bit of exercise and some fresh air, you'll be able to head back to work feeling a bit more awake, a bit more motivated, and it really will keep you going throughout the afternoon. So make sure that you schedule breaks as well. And as I said, it really is important that you do stay active, even if you're not leaving the house very often. Light exercise can really help to increase your level of motivation and productivity. And if you're not someone who enjoys working out, opt for things that don't actually feel like exercise, perhaps dancing for 10 minutes, walking the dog, or just hustling up and down the stairs a few times can really just make you feel a bit more alert and a bit more energetic throughout the day. What I actually do is I schedule my workouts in my diary. So it's a commitment. It's like a meeting. So I don't do that thing of, I'll just do another 10 minutes on this, which, as we all know, that can lead to another hour on something or more, and before you know it, you haven't had, you have not left your desk and you've not had any exercise. So really make sure that you do stay active even though you're working from home, and make sure that you leave your desk. And also make sure that you stock up on healthy snacks. Choose things, yes, that you find tasty, but also choose things that are good for you. Have a bowl of fruit or nuts by your desk, and that these things can really help you stay healthy while snacking in between meals. But you need to also think about energy boosting snacks such as a trail mix or veggies and hummus and hard boiled eggs or apples and peanut butter, anything like that that really is energy boosting, so that you can just really keep yourself keep yourself motivated and going throughout the day. And another thing that I struggled with when I first started remote working was actually human interaction. So what I did was I made sure that I scheduled video calls, and I decided I'd pick up the phone rather than emailing, because I wanted to really make sure that I still had that human interaction. Working from home can make you feel more isolated, but there are lots of ways that you can stay in touch with those that matter. It's about boosting their mental well-being as well as your own. We've got to really support one another in this. We've got to support one another right now. So we've got to reach out to people, and we've got to build a community feel. We've got to stick together. And remember, your colleagues probably feel the same as you. So ask how are they doing, and whether there are ways that you can support each other. Why not make time to socialize virtually? Schedule in a digital coffee break or a Friday online get together. Discuss your life outside of work. You could discuss things like, what are your secret skills, your hobbies, or your weekend plans. And what you could do is you could start a weekly book club, or even pick discussion topics such as mindfulness and well-being. And you could even hold a team meditation, do a chair yoga session, or bring a fitness instructor for a lunchtime online workout class. And you could even set up something like a virtual empower hour, or Empower half hour. There's just so much that you can do to support one another. And we really do need to think about that. We really do need to build that community and support one another, because when somebody realizes that somebody else is feeling exactly the same way, that can just instantly make you feel a whole lot better. And another thing that I'd really like you to consider with homeworking is that you need to set ground rules with your family members. It can be really difficult to work remotely if there's other distractions to deal with, like the children at home who may think you're on holiday and want to spend time with you. What I've done is I've set ground rules with my family. Otherwise, I'd end up accepting every delivery and doing most of the domestic tasks. My children, they're now a lot older, but they can still try and ask me to do the chores for them. So have a discussion about your needs. You really need to do that with your family and discuss how you can support one another and really make it work for you. And you do need to remind them that you still have work to do and you need quiet time to do it. And another good idea is actually to share your schedule with them. Share what you're doing so that they all know what they need to work around, so that you're working as a team, really. So talking about schedules, just as you start your day with a routine, you need to create a habit that signals the close of your workday. It might be a sign off for, an evening dog walk, or a 6 p.m. online, yoga class. Or it could be something as simple as shutting down your computer and turning on your favorite podcast. But whatever you choose, do it consistently to mark the end of your working hours, so that you're just closing your work day. You're closing that laptop and you're shutting off. And you do need to make this working from home personal to you. Above all else, figure out what works best for you. Sometimes the answer is apparent, but other times you might need some inspiration from other people who are in the same boat. Be supportive to one another. You can always ask in this group, for example, in this, the Success Connection, how other people have managed and found working from home. Start a conversation, make new friends, and let's support one another through this. Remember to be kind to yourself and understand that you might not be as productive as you usually would be, but be realistic about what you can achieve given the circumstances, and relax. Do relax when your work is done. As I've said, the whole purpose of this group, the Success Connection, is to support one another and help one another be the success that you are, that you're meant to be. So please do start that conversation. And I really do hope that this live stream has helped you to start to think out ways to look after yourself and support your colleagues and to deal with working remotely. And I'll be back next week to explore another mindset topic in depth, and I would really love you to join me. I also host a whole range of other events, as well as one-to-one coaching, training strategies, systems, and group workshops. And you'll find out more about all of these in this Facebook group, the Success Connection. So whether you're looking for, personalized support or workshops for you and your colleagues, or an event for a group of friends, please do check in, and I really would love to hear from you. Working from home can be a struggle, so make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Get enough sleep each night, try to eat foods that make you feel good, and build a routine that includes taking time for yourself to relax. So I will see you soon and have an absolutely amazing week. That's it for tonight. That's it for It's a Monday Thing. So I'll see you soon. Really do take care. Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning into It's a Monday Thing. Be sure to visit The Success Connection to join the conversation, access the show notes, and discover our fantastic bonus content. Join us next time for more tips and techniques. Bye for now.